Alright, so my topic is California at its core, and I think we have all been to Lombard Street, or at least seen images of this beautiful place in downtown San Francisco. If you've been there, you can hear the bustle of the surrounding traffic and people commuting to and from these beautiful places like Pier 39, the Wharf, Ghirardelli Square, and most importantly, obviously, is the Giant Stadium. But they all have one thing in common, and they all surround around food. And food is a very important topic, obviously, as you guys live off of it. But just a few blocks away, we can see things like this image of camps strewn with homeless people and those less fortunate that worry about their next meal or what's next to come rather than what they're going to do with their day. They're merely seeking food. And as an agriculturalist, we want to fill these streets with food rather than this filth and poverty, struggling citizens. Many do not think of California as an agricultural state, but it is actually one of the most productive states in terms of agriculture. So much so that many consider California as the backbone of agriculture, or agriculture as the backbone of California, excuse me. And the backbone is the chief support system of any structure like the body. All of its parts are built off the backbone and function through that. Building upon a structure is very important and is tedious and requires hard work and dedication. And that is just what California FFA strives to do. The National Organization of Future Farmers of America is an organization of over 600,000 youths in all 50 states, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. It has become a vital part of the younger generation of farmers and agriculturalists and serves nearly 90,000 students and high school members here in California. They have set building blocks forward for future agriculturalists with things like their creed, which begins by saying, "I believe in the future of agriculture, a faith born not of words but of deeds, achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we enjoy now have come from the struggles of former years." And I think things like that are very important to help us grow in the future of our agriculture. Much like many of you know me, a man of many tacos, I think California serves a similar purpose. As we take a closer look at tacos, further inspection shows many agricultural products. In fact, all agricultural products. You have the corn tortillas, the beef, chicken, whatever meat you prefer, and then you dig deeper into the ingredients that go on top, the garnishes. We see avocados, almost exclusively grown in California. Onions, 43% of all onions and greens are grown in California globally. Limes are also included in that picture. And as well as other things like dairy, sour cream included, California is the #1 producing dairy state. But in a recent study completed by the California Farm Bureau, one of the largest farm organizations across the globe, they have tried to reach out to citizens to help raise awareness of California agriculture and the effects that the drought has had in recent years. This issue has struck many family farms across the state and have been forced to be more proactive with their water. As I said previously, you can see on this map, the majority of the agriculture is in the Central Valley, which receives only 15% of the water from the major aqueducts and reservoirs. But part of that includes forestry, which takes away almost half of the water. So it's actually more like 7.5% of the water agriculturalists get. The other goes to environmental purposes, which is included in agriculture. So many people see that there's a large large amount of water going to agriculture, but they don't see the production behind it. And there's been articles released that say with only $50 million in income from agriculture, but almost 30% of water is taken, which is false. Also, this area in the Central Valley and coastal region is part of the reason that some of these crops are exclusive to California, which shows why California's water is so important to agriculture. For crops like almonds, artichokes, dates, figs, kiwi fruit, olives, persimmons, pomegranates, pistachios, prunes, raisins, clovers, and walnuts. And those are just a few of the exclusively California-grown products. This is partially due to the Mediterranean climate. This allows for more than 450 crops to be grown in the state of California and shipped around the world. With this unique climate comes opportunities, and opportunities means jobs. California jobs are created across the state of California, and with approximately $82 billion in income, and nearly 1 million jobs are created in agriculture. And it is split up into these regions. You can see crop production, animal production, forestry and logging, and support activities for agriculture and forestry. So this nearly 25% is the environmental side, which a lot of people don't include, which takes away a lot of the statistics, which hurts farmers. Going back to what I previously said, youth growth is essential, and California FFA has strived to grow better leaders in agriculture in order to increase their efficiency and processes through the agricultural field. With the lack of water and everything that the farmers have challenged with, they must perform to the best of their abilities as population increases, population of farms decrease. California has only 4% of farms globally, but is the number one producer out of all 50 states, including Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now, when many people think of farmers, they think of the stereotypical Farmer Brown. But it's not all. Excuse me. But that's not always the case. Agriculture affects a wide variety of jobs, working from offices to finances, paperwork for permits, and engineers for irrigation systems and moving water. The list goes on, and with the new technology and advances that we see in agriculture each day, more opportunities are created every day for new positions, for college graduates, and other laborers. All in all, old Farmer Brown stereotypes are generally wrong, but in some cases correct, and that is in the fact that generally the farming age is 65 and above. So we see an increase in opportunity for newer farmers and agriculturalists to come into this position, which means that if you think food is half as important as it is to me, then the future of agriculture in this state should mean a lot to you. And if you look at that plate in front of you next time you eat, I think you should think of more than your watering mouth and your taste buds tingling, but the impact that agriculture has in this state and what it means to us.